I'm George Curtis. Welcome to It's Your Environment. Each week it's my privilege to bring you guests that are doing something about our environment or alarming us to things that we should all be doing and being concerned about our environment. It's really a privilege to live in the state of Wisconsin. We've got 15,000 lakes and many great rivers. The Mississippi, the Chippewa, the Flambeau, the Wisconsin, the Fox, and the Wolf. The Wolf is a legendary river, and it comes right down here to Oshkosh where we're doing this show. It starts way up north in, I think, probably Langlade County, and travels right through the eastern part of the state and Partridge Lake, Partridge Crop Lake, going right through New London, Shyocton, and down to Boom Bay, where eventually it gets through Lake Winneconne and then joins the Fox River and goes into Lake Winnebago, a great waterway. We've mistreated our waterways, but now some people are doing something about it, and I'm going to introduce you to three people who are hands-on leaders of making the Wolf as great as it was 1,000 years ago. I want to welcome our first guest, Kevin Conradt.
Thank you, sir.
Well, you don't have to call me sir. You can call
George
me Your Majesty.
Enough,
Okay. You know, we had your dad on this show, I think, about 18 years ago.
Yep.
And he did a magnificent job. You've got a lot to live up to.
And it's going to be tough to fill them shoes, but with the passion that he had, I think he passed that down to me also. I can't imagine not being a part of this organization for what we do for the environment and all the hands-on, such as the handicap piers and our new educational center and whatnot.
Now, the name of your group is Shadows on the Wolf.
Correct.
And where is it located and how is it organized?
Well, back in the day in 1992, there were 6 members, my dad being one of them. They went around the community to see if anybody would be interested in starting up a new club, and that money would actually stay in our community and our surrounding areas. Because before, they had different organizations that the money would all get sent to corporate office, but the money that we raised all stays in the community. And they had a lot of people were interested in it. So they started a club, and that was, like I said, that was in 92, and here we are 31 years later.
And tell us about the community and where the river, the Wolf River, fits in that community.
Well, the Wolf River is probably the biggest item that we have in our little community there. The sturgeon and everything comes up there to spawn, which is one of the biggest spawning areas for the sturgeon in the whole Wolf River Basin. And then the walleyes, we have some of the most popular walleye spawning areas for the whole system too. So we got excellent habitat for both of them species.
And lots of water.
Yes, in the summertime, it's basically somewhat pretty slow moving current, but as the water's coming up as we're speaking, you get above the bridge in Shyocton, I mean, it can go everywhere. The woods are all flooded and whatnot. The bridge in Shyocton, just south of that, I mean, it's pretty much contained in its banks, but when you get above the bridge in Shyocton, there's just water everywhere. It floods the woods.
What kind of fish?
I'm sorry?
What kind of fish?
Walleye is basically the most popular sporting game fish that we have there. Walleye is, yeah.
But you also have sturgeon spawning?
Oh, we have
there?
sturgeon, smallmouth, a lot of smallmouth in the summer. There's northern pike in that, bass. So there's all other species in that.
And pan fishing back in the sloughs?
Yes, sir. Yep. There's a Winterfeld's Bayou that a lot of people are still fishing on the ice there, which I don't think they can fish much longer because it's getting pretty thin. But yeah, there's a lot of habitat up there, and the walleyes. But like I said, we do a lot for the walleyes and the sturgeon, and we team up a lot with sturgeons for tomorrow. Like on Bamboo Bend, we riff-raffed that whole bank, and we capped off 5 feet. I think there was like 2,000 feet of new stone, 12 to 24-inch stone that we capped off, because over time that stone just keeps, the gravity just keeps sinking it down to the bottom.
And what are the benefits to the river and to the people who use the river of the projects that you've had over these years.
Yep. And like I said, that is the biggest attraction is that sturgeon view in there. And that, like I said, that's right on the intersection of Old 54 and State Highway 54 in Shackton. And right behind that, we just had put up a new educational center. We had one of our local members wanted to donate us some money, and he donated $250,000 to us. And I said, sir, what do you want us to do with that? He said, I would like to see Shadows have a place to hang their hat, in so many words, and a place that we could conduct educational classes. And right now that building is up. I think it's been up for 2 years, and it is a state-of-the-art building, and we're conducting Trapper's Ed, hunter safety, snowmobile safety. The American Legion uses it for their meeting, and it's basically a community building, but our Shadows logo is right in the peak of that, in the rafters there.
Now, do you have a membership so that people can actually sign up and be a member of the group?
Yep, and if you get on our website, you can certainly see that the website has been all redone, so all you have to do to be a member of Shadows is get on the website, fill out the paperwork, and you're in.
Well, I have learned enough in my 85 years to know that there's some hands-on work connected with improving anything. Do your members participate physically, bring equipment, and get into projects?
Yeah, and we, like I said earlier, Georgia, we just had our fundraiser on Saturday. On Sunday, after church, me and Ace, Wayne, we set a handicap pier. And now today I went down and a couple other guys and we put the planking on it. So there's always projects going on, and there's always people there to help with it.
Well, I think it's excellent for all of us, and I have the impression from the reading I've done that the actual quality of the water, of the river, of the banks has improved a lot over the last 20 years due to efforts like your group.
And I think back in '04 when you had talked to my dad about the same thing, and he said the same thing then, when we started our Shadows on the Wolf River cleanup, we would have 30 boats and whatnot. Back in the day when we started in probably '93, '94, there was so much garbage that you couldn't even get it all, and there was probably 30 boats and 2 people to a boat. Now we go up and down the river in the spring and you can't, there's no garbage, period. So we somewhat maybe just get together to have a beer and a burger, you know, because there's nothing to pick up. It's clean. It's clean.
Well, and it's a sign that you have made people aware
exactly
of what a precious jewel we have in our waterways, and it must be treated with respect.
Yep.
I think what you've done is great. I think you are following in your father's footsteps, which must make you very proud, and it would make him proud. And
I can walk in his shoes, but I don't know if I can fill them.
Well,
but we're doing the best. You know.
All you can do is the best you can. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll be right back.